welcome to BB's Crafty Haven. Hi, I'm Belinda, and thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. I have 3 spring DIYs for you. I really would appreciate if you could comment in the comment box below and let me know what you think of these. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. It will help my channel to grow and mean a lot to me. It really does. And give me that thumbs up. I do not have a set schedule for my videos, so if you subscribe, you'll get that notification to let you know when I drop a video. But I want to thank everybody who has subscribed. It always means so much to me. If you haven't, please do. It will help my channel to grow, like I said earlier. And I don't really have much else to say other than that, other than thank you for stopping by my channel, and I really appreciate you being here, and I hope you enjoy these DIYs. DIY number 1. We're going to take those palette things from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to paint each of them in my white from Apple Barrel. And then I'm going to take, I think that's like moss or something from Folk Art. Not sure. But I'm going to do a heavy dry brush on both of these. And then after I do that, I will take, I believe, my wax and kind of dirty it up as well. I got this inspiration from another crafter. They made this on a much bigger scale. They made a like a rake using the letter D and the letter E, and on a much bigger scale, and that's all they'd made. But then that inspired me to make this. So I thought I had saved who did it, and I am sorry I didn't, and I really would love to give credit to them for inspiring me for coming up with this. I really appreciate it. So here are my 2D, letter D. Oh, I sanded that too. Sorry, I'm like all over the place. There's 2 letter D's, a E. I took a heart and I cut it down off the side. It almost looks like a home plate you would see at a baseball field. And 2 popsicle sticks. And I paint everything in that gray except for the popsicle sticks. I do in brown. And then I take the silver and I paint the shovel part and the rake part with the E. Like I said, the person who inspired me this did a really big scale of just the rake using a really large E and a large D. And I think I don't know if it was a dowel rod or a piece of wood, I don't know, for the middle, but I thought this is what popped in my head. So from their creation, this inspired me to do this creation. So, and that's what I hope I do for all of you. I really hope I inspire you and be very creative, whether you copy what I did, which is perfectly fine, and I'd be honored if you did. But right here, I'm just taking the wax and I dirtied it up. And I'm going to take my 2 letter D's, and I'm using wood glue to put down in the corner of each of those corners. And then I'm going to take my little popsicle sticks and I'm going to make an X. Now I was going to put the other one straight across it, but I didn't. I want it to lay flat, so I end up cutting it down to fit. So I didn't like that because I wanted to lay flat, like I said. So I'm just taking my pencil to mark where to cut out that little middle piece so I can lay it flat. And of course I have to cut it at an angle. So I had to darken them up. I couldn't really see what I was doing. So we're just going to cut off that middle piece, and then we're going to piece it back together with some wood glue. And you really don't see the middle of this, but it's okay. The main point is to lay it flat. I wanted it to lay flat. If you recreate this, you can do it the way you like, or what's easier for you. But then I'm going to take my little tip of my shovel and put that down. and then the tip of my rake, which is my little E, and put that down. And that's what we have so far. Next, I'm going to take this little peat pod that you plant for planting, and I'm going to cut off the rim of that, and then I'm going to cut that in half because I only need half of this. And then I'm going to take, okay, I'm going to cut it down just a little bit more, edges, make it a little bit more flat. And then I'm going to take my white from apple barrel, and I'm going to do a dry brush over top of that pot. And then after I get that finished, I believe I put a ribbon on it. Yes, I take a ribbon from Dollar Tree, that laced ribbon, and I put it across it. I also made a shoestring bow. I didn't show that, but I'm gonna put that in the middle of my little pot, in the middle of that lace. And I'm gonna trim down my tails, but more at an angle. And then I'm just gonna glue that on. I had a little trouble getting this to glue on a little bit. I don't know, it was just weird. I couldn't get it to bend and shape the way I wanted, and then it wouldn't stick, and so I ended up having to add a little bit more hot glue. I'm not sure why, it just wouldn't, like cardboard. So I'm not quite sure what was going on, unless it was the wax I put on it. That could have been it. Sometimes hot glue doesn't like the wax for some reason. I have a lot of trouble sticking things with the wax on there once I put it on there. But you can see I secure it from the back, from the front, from the sides. That thing ain't going nowhere. So once I get that finished, I'm going to take some wood glue and hot glue, and we're going to piece these together. As you can see, one is vertical and one is horizontal, and we're going to connect them together just like that. And I want to point out right now that, because I lost the footage of it, I already know I lost the footage of it, I put a popsicle stick on the back to connect them to help hold it better, and then I use tumbling tower blocks as a stand. And I don't know what I did with that footage, but I do show it, so you'll get a small glimpse of it, of what I did. So right now I'm just putting the flowers in. I didn't put any floral foam down. I'm just kind of hot gluing and tacking them down. It's a pretty tight fit anyways, so they're not going anywhere. But I'm going to take this half bead, and I painted it black. And I'm going to put that in the middle of my bow. And then I'm going to take these letters that say hello sunshine. I got those out of a pack from Dollar Tree, and I painted them white with my apple barrel. And then I'm going to take some wood glue, and I'm going to use my finger again. So for some reason I find this better. You don't get wood glue everywhere, and it doesn't seep as much when I use my finger. Plus these are really small, so I just kind of dab it everywhere. And then I'm going to stick it on the side where the shovel and the rake is, and obviously it's going to say hello sunshine. And then again, the back has tumbling tower blocks, and I used a popsicle stick in between the two pallets to connect them together to help hold them and stabilize it a little better. But this is it for this project. Please let me know in the description box below what you think. I think it turned out very cute. Now we're on to DIY number 2. I'll just take a wood round from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to take some masking tape, and we're going to tape off. Now, okay, I gotta show you guys, tell you this. See those letters? I was trying to put the masking tape to where I could fit the letters in the middle. Well, I have no idea what I did wrong, but they didn't fit. But it still turned out really good. Like, I was able to improvise, and it turned out really nice. I think it's because I do kind of shift them a little bit once I get this turned around and I start looking at it, because it's not really straight. So I kind of adjust them a little bit, and I think this is where I really did kind of screw up. But I didn't think I moved them that much. Like, I thought I kept them in the same spot. So, I don't know. But, like I said, it ended up working at the end, so. But anywho, I'm going to take my magenta, I think that is, and paint the top. Oh, I lost footage. I painted the top, and then I used my moss, and I used some white, but that ended up being still too dark, so I ended up using more white and green and mixed it together and to make it a little lighter, which you can see right here, it's lighter. And I used my white by Apple Barrel for the middle. And then I'm going to take these little pouncers, and I'm going to make circles in the white part of my wood round. And then I'm going to take the magenta, and I'm going to do the same thing. And then I thought this needed a third color, so I thought yellow would be pretty. So I'm going to take yellow and put yellow in there. And then, okay, I got this ribbon from Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to put it at the top. And you're going to see me hot glue it at the top, and then you're going to see me hot glue it at the bottom of the white. And that's what you not want to do. Please do not. I didn't, well, unless you get the letters to fit in the white part, which I didn't. And I didn't realize that until after I had hot glued both of these ribbons on. So I ended up having to take off the bottom ribbon. But like I said, it ended up turning out great. I actually like it better the way it turned out. So, yeah, this part I had to take off. I ended up having only like 2 flowers on each end. And then I ended up putting the word in the middle of those flowers. So, you'll see here in a minute. See, there it is. Yeah, I had to take it off, and I put 2 flowers on each end. And now I'm going to take my hot glue, and I'm going to hot glue all these letters down. And then once I get those down, I cannot remember what I do next. And I didn't think I was going to show all this, so you guys know how to glue down letters. But I know those letters I got from Amazon, and the spring cursive letters I got actually from Joann's before they closed out. So I got a really good deal on those. Anyways, okay, here it is. Okay, all those things I got in my stash. I have no idea where they came from. I just came across them and thought, ooh, these are pretty. These will work. So I just stuck them down at the bottom. But you can always have stickers or, you know, or print something off and Mod Podge it on and whatever. You can use whatever you want. And I took a bunch of ribbon and I made a messy bow. I just put it all together and I tied it off with some jute, and now I'm just cutting it down to trim it down some because it was extremely longer than it needed to be. But I wasn't going to put it offside, and I didn't like that, so I ended up putting it in the middle. So I just take a bunch of hot glue and I glue that down. And I also add the original string back. Oh, I take a flower from my stash and I stick it in the middle, which came from Dollar Tree, by the way. And then all I do is re-add the original jute string on there, and then that's it. Let me know in the description box below what you think of this one. I think it turned out really cute. I actually surprised myself. Anyways, on to the last and final project, DIY number 3. I'm going to take this, which I think came from Dollar Tree, but I think my bestie gave it to me, which I love my bestie. Thank you, bestie. And I'm going to paint that all in white. Now, it took 3 coats, and I thought it was dry. We'll get to that later. Anyways, I'm going to take my green, I think it's like green forest or something, and I'm going to take my white, and we're going to mix that up, and we're going to lighten that up. I've got to get me some more lighter green, because I have to keep doing this. I keep taking my greens and my white, and I have to mix them. I really need to go pick up some lighter green paint. Not that doing this is bad, but it gets annoying. I'm going to paint the wooden stand with that green. And then I'm going to take a dry brush and dry brush that green all the way around the edges of the frame of this easel board. I don't know. But I go all the way around until I think it looks good to me. And I'm sorry I'm out of frame there a little bit, but you guys know how to dry brush, so we're just going to go around all the edges. And I kind of hit the corners a little heavier because I kind of like that look. So once I get it to the way I like it, this is where we have the issue. Now I put 3 coats of white on it, and I did use my heat gun, and I thought it was dry. Wrong. I'm going to take this rub-on sticker, and I stick it down, but guess what happens? Let's think about this. Oh, yeah, all the paint comes off. So, I do get that down, and once I peel that up, I do have to touch it up, and I didn't show that on camera. But it was an easy fix, just to let you know in case that happens. You put a sticker down, and you go to tear up, like a rub-on sticker like this, and you tear it up and it tears up the paint. You can fix it. See, I fixed it, and you can barely even tell. It's mostly just around the edges of that anyways. I got this flower. I think I got these from Temu. Either got them from Temu or I got them from Amazon. I cannot remember. But that bag of flowers, I took all the green ones that I liked out, and we're going to put them at the bottom of our sign. And I used like 3 big ones, and then I used 2 small ones, smaller sized flowers on the side. And then I used one of those smaller flowers for the bow I made, which again, I didn't have that color green, so I had to get inventive a little bit. Not really. I mean, I'm sure other people's done this or had to do this, but that's what I have so far. And then I take this ribbon, and I didn't have that color, so I had to paint that color ribbon that color. So that's how I got that. So, you know, you have to do what you have to do. So I'm just gonna make a circle, glue it together, and then pinch it in the middle. And I do make tails, which you'll see here in a minute. And I had trouble with my scissors. Yeah, you just tack the 2 ends together. This is how I usually make my bows. I'm just saying FYI, and I don't usually show me making bows. And then I'm going to cut off that the green that doesn't match, and I'm going to take that and make a tail. So first things first, we're going to take jute, and we're going to tie that in the middle of the bow and scrunch it together. And I believe I tied 2 knots after I floof it up a little bit. Floofing bows are very important. Once I cut off the extra jute, and then I'll make my ribbon, and I just kind of fold it over like that, like an L shape, and tack it down, and then I just tack that in the back. And then I can't remember if I leave them like that or if I cut them at an angle or ducktail them. I can't remember what I do. But once I get that down and stuck on there, I stick that in the corner of that sign. And then I take one of the flowers, and one of those green flowers, and I stick that in the middle. And that is it for this project. Please let me know in the description box below what you think. Now we're on to our final reveal. Here's everything we did today. Here's the 3 things we made. I'm actually impressed on how they turned out. Things didn't go as planned, but you know, you improvise and you deal. So we got our gnomes, we have our Hello Spring, and then we have our Hello Sunshine sign. Please let me know in the description box below what you think. I really would love to hear your comments and description box, it's a comment box, what you think of this below. Thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by my channel. I'll see you on my next video.